It might be hard to believe, but there was once a time where there wasn't a new Star Wars thing coming out every 6 goddamn months. Getting new movies or shows was pretty much non-existent. You mostly had to rely on reading the extended universe books, which Disney apparently said aren't canon anymore. Sorry on you if you read all of those. The corporate rat strikes again. Or play the video games, which actually there were a lot of them. Some of them are pretty good, I remember. I used to fuck with the Star Wars Encyclopedia pretty hard. I love this thing. And the worst thing about all of it is when something outside of the main trilogy was released and how like abysmally dog shit they could end up being. Enter the Ewok Adventures movies, using the cute and cuddly midget teddy bears that were introduced in The Return of the Jedi. Lucasfilm tried to cash in on some standalone, straight-to-TV movies that focused on the Ewoks and the forest moon of Endor. Seems like a pretty solid cash grab, I would think. What's weird is how obscure these movies seem today, with the Star Wars fandom being what it is. Hyper knowledgeable, merchandise collecting, they devour and spit out every single thing that the brand creates, and they never shut the fuck up. It just feels very crazy that this movie it's like it's forgotten. No one ever talks about these things. But these movies also feel like I was the only person on earth who ever saw them. When I decided to rewatch these so that I could make videos about them, I have only ever seen the second one. I remember liking it a lot. I used to rent it from the video store all the time. But in order to properly review these classic Star Wars films, I need to see them both. So, starting with the first one, Caravan of Courage, let's see. Is this some kind of hidden Star Wars gem that no one remembers? Or is it just a pile of shit? On the forest moon of Endor, we see 2 white parents yelling for their children in foggy trees. They're next to a crash ship, and then a giant axe-wielding monstrosity runs them off. Okay, so we have a family of white people. They've been killed by an unknown beast. Is this gonna be a film where the Ewoks search for and avenge their killer? Oh, no. Detective Wicket would have been a much better movie than whatever the hell this is. Now we're at an Ewok village, and there's 2 Ewoks. They have also lost their children. What's with all these parents that can't keep track of their kids? And there's Wicket from Return of the Jedi. I love that guy. I have to make a confession. I fucking love Ewoks. I was the prime demographic age when I saw the first 3 movies, and Return of the Jedi was always my favorite. I loved the idea of this forest moon, these tiny little weird furry bear guys. They're very primitive. I still love them now. I can't help it. I don't give a shit. Wicket heads off to meet his dad at his dad's glider, which is on the edge of a cliff. When a goat chews the rope that's holding it in place, he shoots out across the canopy. His bucktooth ass is searching for his boys when he sees something shiny in the trees. Ooh, what could it be? Oh, I hope it's a quarter. What if it's a $50? What if it's a holographic Charizard? Oh, man, what if it was a Charizard? Turns out it's the downed ship of those white people that crashed. Once he gets his boys back, they go to investigate. And they hear a cough behind some panels, and they open it up, and it's a curly-headed white girl. Bucktooth, he is strapped. He's got a knife pointed at her like, I will stab you if you try anything. But instead, they're nice guys, so they actually decide to help her out. Outside, one of the Ewok boys is keeping watch when someone takes him hostage. This is a little girl's older brother. He goes inside and he starts blasting. And this is where we get our first dose of the actors, these child actors. It's bad. Her line delivery is really slow and forced. She kind of has this almost like Southern Belle accent.
They weren't hurting me.
And he is trying to act, but he's failing.
Get your hands over now!
I really hope this movie's short. One of the Ewoks rolls at him and trips him up, and the rest tie him up. One has his gun, and he shoots it. It goes off behind his head. I thought this was really funny. And they take these white kids back to their village. Back at the village, Wicket's like, yo, what's up, homegirl? You want to be my friend? And he takes her inside of his hut. Her name is Sindel. His name is Mace. Wonder if he's related to old Mace Windu. Sindel's got some kind of cough, and Mace is like, oh, you're probably just hungry. Which, of course, I mean, every time that I get a cold, I'm probably just hungry. When I had COVID, I was just hangry. And then he asks them if they have any food, and they're like, huh? And then he just does it some more, and they're like, huh? We haven't gotten very far into this movie. I cannot stand this guy. I hate this motherfucker. He's super rude and demanding, And I just don't feel like he's in any position to be acting like this. Like, you are a prisoner of these bear people, son. They give her some mush and she's like, I am not hungry. And then she passes out. And they are all acting like she is dying. I mean, maybe she is. I hope she is. One of them hands Mace some medicine. And what plays out next is basically what you see in Pulp Fiction with the adrenaline shot, if it were bad. They dump all the meds into her mouth, and just like that, she's alive and recovered, and she looks like total shit. The next day, I don't know. There's this big gag between two Ewoks. They're fighting over firewood. It's great. I really wish that these dumbass kids weren't in this movie, and this was just an action-adventure comedy with Ewoks fist fighting the whole time. That would have been great. Somebody tell the corporate rat I've got an idea for him. Back in the hut, Sindel is looking worse than ever, and Mace is like, medicine, and he says it like 29 times, and he's such a jerk about it. Like, dude, these buck-toothed little bears saved your sister's life, and you are being such an asshole to them. They're apparently out of medicine, and he's like, well, can we get more? And one's like, all right, come on, Luke Skywalker looking motherfucker. More like Puke Skywalker, because I want to throw up every time he's on screen. They go out to the woods to find some medicine, and Mace gets his arm sucked into a tree by some type of creature. The Ewoks save him, and they're like, God damn it, man, why are you touching shit? Don't be touching shit. I guess they found what they needed, because they give more to Sindel, and she's all better. And the next day, she's teaching wicked English. Mace comes down, and he tells her, he's like, hey, I'm going to get my gun back, and we're getting out of here. Like, what a fucker, man. I hate this guy so much. Like, they have saved your life multiple times, and you think you're better off out there? You almost got your arm ripped off by some type of tree worm, you fucking dumbass. We get this really cool stop motion of a howling night creature. Love this. Mace wakes up, and he grabs Sindel, and they run for it. And then eventually they just stop, because, like, where the fuck are you going? He's like, oh, we need to build a fire so we don't catch a cold. Like, no shit, Sherlock. Didn't your sister almost just fucking die from like a cold? And now we're running off into the wilderness again? Like, I get it. They want to go and find their parents, but like, why don't you let the bear boys help you out? Like, they seem to know their way around. They've been keeping you alive for some reason. Then some giant rat creature chases them into a hollow tree where they are forced to spend the night. And they both catch a cold and die. The end. Man, I wish. They wake up to a ruckus outside, and it's the Ewoks fighting off that ugly bastard monster. They're hitting it with spears, running into each other. It's so great. Then one shoots it with a blow dart, and it dies. I don't know what that dart was coated in, but, I mean, my dude is smoking from his goddamn mouth. And this is one of those subtle little showcases of how dangerous the Ewoks actually are. One of the big reasons why I like them. They took on the Empire, and they won. And they have darts that can turn your insides into vapor. They find mom and dad's bracelet on this thing, and they're like, oh my god, they're alive. I guess this monster is somebody's pet, and they need to go and talk to him. They take him to go see the Ewok wizard. His name is Logray. And he spins this giant top, and it shows them where his mom and dad are. How convenient. Why didn't we do this to begin with? They are being held captive by a monster called Gorax. And the Ewoks are like, oh shit, sorry guys, your parents are gonna die. But Wicked and the others are like, screw it, let's go get them. Mama Ewok has a little bit of a breakdown because she knows that her husband and sons are going off to die for these white folks, and it's very sad. Before they leave, Logray gives them all special items like wings and a magic walking stick, and Mace gets a rock so he can bash it over his head and hopefully die. There's also a couple of other items that they get, like a tooth, and Logray tells them these are for Ewoks that you haven't met yet on your quest. They head out, and shortly they encounter a feisty little Ewok. He blocks their path by chopping down a tree, and then Mace challenges him to an axe throwing competition. He Robin Hoods the axe. Mace gives him the tooth, and he's like, you gotta join us. And he's like, yeah, okay. I forgot to mention this, but there is a narrator to this movie, and like, it's this old log cabin sounding guy. I think it's Burl Ives. And my god, the voice, buttery smooth. He could soothe me to sleep. Another one of the items was like a Himalayan salt crystal or something, and that apparently belongs to this Ewok priestess named Crank, I think? Crank. She says they have to pass a test before she'll join, and she turns the crystal into a lizard, and Mace acts like such a little bitch about it. Then Sindel picks it up, and it's a mouse, and she asks her to join, and so she does. Huh? They continue on their journey. They take a break next to a pond. Mace, of course, starts touching shit again. And this is a magic pond, and it teleports him from the surface to underneath, and he can't get out. He's stuck in the water, and he's drowning. Yes, finally. The Ewoks rush to try and save him. They throw him a rope that disappears and then a branch. It also disappears. This thing's eating everything. Wicket, luckily, has his magic walking stick and he uses it to pull him out. God damn it! I hate this guy. And I shit you not, the very next scene, Mace is bossing everyone around. The lack of self-awareness on this guy is astounding. He puts Sindel in a horse and then the horse gets spooked. The axe-throwing Ewok, he chases after it in this really weird scene that drags on for a really long time. There's really no danger of anything happening other than this horse just running away. He eventually grabs it and comes back with her and the horse, and everybody's happy. That night, Mace wakes up to chase some kind of firefly thing. They seriously need to consider chaining this guy to a tree so that he doesn't touch any more stuff. This ends up waking up a bunch of other firefly things that are flying around, and everybody's losing their minds and going crazy. Sindel's object was like a candle or something. She brings it out and it sucks all these fireflies in. Cool. Mace finds a single firefly and he's like, oh, it's lost from his family. What do you mean? Didn't you guys just kill all of them? He says the Ewoks have done so much to help him and to help them and that they're great friends. Aww, he's learning. The next scene is this firefly thing like flying around, and I hate this thing so fucking much. And they spend a lot of time like showcasing this thing off. Sindel says something about how she thinks it eats giggles, and I'm gonna burn my fucking eyes out. They reach the fortress of Gorax, but they can't find a way in. And the priestess is like, hey Mace, where's your rock? And he's like, oh, I threw it away. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This motherfucker, dude. You can't be serious right now. Are you serious right now? You can't be serious right now. I swear to fucking God. Luckily, Wicket saw it and he picked it up. Turns out the rock was hollow and there's some kind of arrowhead inside of it and it shows them the path forward. It's so convenient, such a convenient object. Kind of like that fucking stupid dagger in whatever that shitty movie was. It's like that. He uses his gun to then blow up a rock that's in the way. And I didn't know that blasters did that. I didn't know you could like charge them up or use them like a laser beam to blow shit up. Inside they have a couple of run-ins with these giant spiders, which look really cool. Wicket stabs one to death. It's sweet. Then they're in Gorax's kitchen, and he's sitting down to have a delicious meal of giant bone. He gets up to go check on his new pets, Mom and Dad, and one of the Ewoks knocks over his axe, and he gets all pissed off. This starts a whole rumpus. Some of them try to distract him. He chases them out of the room. The rest devise a plan to get Mom Pa. They catapult Mace up to them and then rappel down. Gorax comes back as they're coming down the rope, and he's like, hey, my birds! And they all run. Axeman chops his feet a couple times just to slow him down, and then he gets hit with a bunch of rocks and dies. And he leaves Mace his axe, hopefully to cut his own head off with. Mace lets the firefly loose, and it drives Gorak crazy. And the others use a tripwire to trip him up, and the priestess uses her gemstone to drop a stalactite on his head. Then Mom shoots him with the gun, and he falls down a pit and he dies. Yay! They're all celebrating, but oh my god, Gorax is back! Mace axes him in the back of the head, and he falls down the pit and he dies. Yay! Mom and Dad are like, oh my gosh, guys, thank you, we're so proud of you. And it's like, if you guys only knew how little these fuckers did. They actively sabotaged the entire rescue mission over and over and over again. You should put them up for galactic adoption. Back at the homestead, they're celebrating their courageous adventure. Mace frees the firefly. Wicket's breakdancing, and everybody's so happy. The end. Fuck this movie. I did not enjoy this at all. I thought that maybe there would be some kind of redeeming quality that I could say, yeah, I mean, it's not good, but, it's fun. They should rename it to Crapavan of Crappage. The weirdest and probably most glaring issue with this movie is that it's a Star Wars movie, but it feels like a much more fantasy-based Star Wars. A lot of like magic and things like that. There's also real animals in this, like horses and ferrets, which I've never seen in Star Wars either. The main characters are fucking terrible. They're twits. I can't stand these two kids. She's cute and adorable, but every time she speaks, I want to rip my ears off. He is just the biggest brat you've ever met, and he kind of never stops being a brat, and also his acting is bad. And that can be said as a whole for every human in this movie. The acting and the dialogue are so poorly written and so poorly acted. I understand that this is for kids, but the quality is really, really low, especially for this being like a Star Wars Lucasfilm production. There is so much action that is filler that just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense or really adds nothing to the story other than to probably just pad the runtime. The only good thing about this movie are the Ewoks. Everything the Ewoks do when they're fighting with each other and just having a good time, throwing axes and stabbing spiders to death. I wish there were no human beings in this movie. If this was just Ewoks, this would have been an awesome movie. All that being said, I still am glad that this exists. It is so rare for anything Star Wars to not be revolving around Jedi or lightsabers or some kind of weird nostalgia bait at this point. It's fun to see a side story that takes place somewhere else, on a different planet, and it's not this big giant universe shattering event. I like being shown different creatures, different worlds, different things that happen in the Star Wars universe, and it is very rare to see. Happy to have this one out of the way. I never intend to see this ever again. Not looking forward to watching the next one. I really hope that it's a lot better, or at least more entertaining. I hope there's less human beings in it. I hope this family's not in it. I hope they fucking die. Have you seen the Ewok Adventure Caravan of Courage? Do you like it? Do you have great nostalgia for it? Let me know what you think about this movie. Drop me a comment below. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and thanks for watching. Bye.